Hello and welcome back to this I-24 News Evening Edition. I'm Lucy Arish and this is the Daily Debate. Israeli Knesset member Ofer Shelach has approved a new bill to legalize euthanasia this week. Also this week, Belgium's Socialist Party proposed a bill to allow euthanasia for terminally ill minors. Only a few countries have legalized euthanasia or anything approaching it. Joining me tonight is attorney Itshack Hoshen, the founder of the Israeli Society for the Right to Die with Dignity. Good evening. Thank you very much for coming. And Shalom Tetro, a volunteer for the Lilach organization. Welcome you both. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming. This is a very, let's say, delicate issue. This is an issue that most of the people in the world, I think, prefer not to touch or not to think about when it comes to their loved ones.
Yeah, it's true, but you have to think that the right of anybody to end his life with respect and not being embarrassed and annoyed and suffering a lot. That's the right we are looking after.
So if it's the right, let's look at it, start looking at it from the legal perspective.
Well, I've been through this for 20 years, before the law was enacted in 2006. And it was a long battle for this, to legalize the euthanasia. But still in Israel, we are far away from the ultimate goal, which is in Belgium and Oregon and...
What is exactly the legal problem? Is it killing? Is it you can be accused of killing, of murdering? If a person is actually signing maybe a document about, I want you to give me a shot because I don't want to suffer anymore, I can still blame the doctor for killing or assassination?
Yes, but it's not a matter of law. I think the problem is with the mind. People somehow do not want to speak about it, and when they face the fact that they will end their life, but before the time is coming, then they will understand the issue. It's not a matter of law. We have to accept as a society that people will die at the end.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But is it, when a person is ill, when you're under pain, you're not actually taking always the right decisions.
Yeah, that's why we are asking people to sign a living will as long as they are healthy, and they can be as of 18 years old. They can sign that in the day this day will come. They ask not to prolong their lives and to help them by any means. The means that people are talking now are some kind of palliative treatment in order to support them not to suffer, but still help them get out of life, I would say, in a more delicate and gentle way. But on the other hand, we're not asking kill us. Let us die peacefully without suffering. And without suffering can be with a palliative treatment, or what we are now expecting after this new
bill
issue, the new bill by a member of parliament, Shelach, is that the patient would declare to his doctor, sorry, I cannot go on. I wish to end my life now. And it has, like in Oregon, for instance, they have to repeat this declaration, I think, twice or three times in a certain a distance in time between one to another. And then the doctor also discuss it with another doctor, and if they come to a decision that that's really the way, they prescribe him a medication, a killing medication, I would say. Sorry to say killing, but
Yeah.
And the patient himself, he is the only one who can get it in the pharmacy. He is the only one who can drink it, or mostly drink it, and he can do it in very peaceful way. Now in Oregon, it proved to be that about 20 or 30% of those who got this prescription by the doctor did not use it, because they said, okay, now it's in my control. I will decide when to end my life. And that's the way.
May I say something?
Yes, of course.
My friend said, first thing is right, when I represented some legal cases, people who were suffering from ALS, it's neurological
Neurological
disorder.
problem, yes, disorder.
The part of them wants to be sure that they have this when the moment option, yes, but when time comes, they will have they can die peacefully. But I am not agree with my friend about not the conception. The conception I agree with him, but I see Shalom said about not killing. They're just afraid. It's not we are the society that kills the person. It's the disease that kills the person. Mm-hmm. And once we understand the issue, we just have to understand that nobody kills somebody. It just help him to not to suffer, and it's you can never say not. And I think that the use of killing or assisting killing, they use it in many countries is not right. Is not to help somebody to be killed. But to somebody to help him to die peacefully.
So let's try to think about a certain situation. God forbid, a person, a close person around me is suffering, but he didn't sign any bill. He didn't sign any will. He didn't sign anything, but I see him that he's suffering, that he doesn't, that he cannot cope with this reality anymore, that he cannot cope with the pains anymore. And can I decide for him if to... No.
I can tell you one thing. The problem, that the reason why you are requested to sign it beforehand is that in case that you will not be in full conscience and will understand exactly what is your situation when you are really in the end of your life, and you are not, sometimes you're not capable even to talk or to express your wish. So that is why we need the document. This proves that all the time, that's what I wanted. And this is why we have to renew this living will every 5 years. It is not a document for life, but every 5 years we have to renew and to reassure that that's our will.
I want to express something, to say something. My friend said before, we must understand that in Israel we have a special law. It's not the law that was enacted in Oregon or France or in Belgium.
Not yet.
So the living will is just a piece of paper that allows the doctor not to prolong life, and this is something to be understood. And now we want to change. The law must be changed, because the law now in Israel is not sufficient. Is very, let's say, it can help only few people who suffer, who needs a respiratory machine.
But it's not only that the law should be changed, it's the way of thinking that should be changed. Because people cannot cope with the fact that maybe they're signing their death will. They're actually signing their death will. So first I want to ask, if when you sign such a document, is there a kind of psychologist process that accompanies you to understand what you just signed on?
I don't think that I need it, because this is my decision. I don't want to be in a situation that I am embarrassed, that my family will change my diapers or things like this. This is something I don't want. I want to eliminate.
Yeah, but Mr.
But there are
Tetro,
some
usually...
people who cannot. And I understand what you are talking about.
Yeah, but
usually...
in this case, we have, if you are not in full conscience in this situation, as you said, you have the right. If you are in full conscience while you are suffering so much, you have the right to reject or to accept a treatment by the law of
but usually
the
in
rights
daily
of
life,
the patient.
daily
I think
life.
you're mistaken because the problem is people who understand the issue they don't need any support of psychology. That's what my friend said before. So the law does not require any psychology. But what you are talking about, and this is right, for those people who suppress this thinking,
Exactly.
who don't, I think so. The society has to speak about it. It should be
Because in daily
speak about
life,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tetro, we're not thinking about death every single day. We're not thinking, I can be
On the
right now
contrary.
very...
I must tell you that I do.
You do?
Yes, I do. I do think I want to have it in the easiest way, not to suffer, not to let people around me in the family suffer and feel so bad about it. And I want to really discharge from anybody else the responsibility for my life and my rights.
Yes, but you are well acquainted with the Israeli law, and you are from the Lila.
This is why we want to change the law, to improve lots of things that are included in the law, in order to avoid this situation. This is exactly why we look for palliative treatment. We look for we very much support really anxiously support this new bid that is going to be the new bill that is going to be introduced to the Knesset, because this is what we are looking after, that the decision is made by the person itself.
But it's not only from maybe secular people that are going to come against it, because maybe from a moral point of view, you cannot imagine person, let's not say killing himself.
Yeah, okay.
But the Orthodox community, people who are religious,
I agree,
will tell you, listen, we have to wait for God's will. Whatever God decide, whenever He needs to go, He will go. We're not hurrying anything up.
I would like to react to
there
what
is a change.
you're saying now.
Sorry,
it's not. This is not the point. They are mistaken because they think they are God. When they say let God do
messengers.
and decide what to do, in their mind they said we are God, and let people think what should be done according to our wishes. I see no God in this issue. On the contrary, I think if you speak about the law in Israel, it's the doctors. The doctors
Doctors are God.
Of course, because they take care of the patient, and the patient who are terminally ill, they are in the hands of the doctors.
It's exactly what I'm saying, because if the doctor is God, so and a patient is looking at a doctor as his God, because he's the only savior that can actually save him or help him.
In a way, it is a little bit going to change, because physicians now understand. I've participated last week in a seminar, in a congress of the palliative community in Israel, and I heard a lot of talking about the need to support these people when they come to a situation that any treatment will not help them. I mean, if somebody at the age of 90 or 92 arrives to the situation that gets to the situation that he needs dialysis, which is very, very difficult for a person at this stage, and the doctors will say, "Oh, good, that's a treatment."
Yes.
And now the reason behind it is because a lot of
I'm
people...
sorry, I have to finish. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Mr. Tetro, Mr. Hoshen. Thank you very much for coming and explaining us the situation. We're going out for a small break, 10 minutes break update from our news desk, and then we're back for the I-24 News One-on-One. Don't go anywhere.